All right, welcome to the webinar. You should go to therapy. Has anyone ever told you that? Well, we just told you light therapy, though. That's actually one of the new marketing campaigns for Beam Light Sauna. Beam Light Sauna is a franchise. And here we go. We are Amber and Jared, and these are our three kids. Two out of our three kids will be working at the studio. So this one on the right, Trent, and then this one in the middle, Tenley, will be helping you out when you come into the studio. Our oldest on the left, he was just too cool for school. He wanted to do his own thing, which is also great.
He's about ready to graduate college and off into the business world and
Get
yep.
married. Yeah.
So
Anyway.
all the phases of life.
Absolutely. So we are Amber and Jared Smithson. We're the owners of Beamlight Sauna in Pleasant Grove. And, I thought we could just tell you a little bit about why we started this. And we have been certified health coaches for 16 years. We both used to be unhealthy, overweight, high cholesterol. This guy would snore every night. But we got healthy ourselves and really found a passion for helping other people with their health and wellness. And our youngest is a senior in high school. And she, we're going to be empty nesters. So I was like, let's take on a new project. And Jared said,
No.
and I was like, well, we're doing it.
No, I was
No,
all
you were on
for it.
board.
I
Yeah,
was I was on board. We definitely wanted it to fit into our portfolio of health and wellness.
for sure.
Um, we live in a very unhealthy world. 75% of our country is overweight or obese
Struggling.
and struggling, and
Yeah,
less than 7% of adults in our country are considered metabolically healthy. So, um, and metabolic unhealth or sickness will lead to chronic problems as we age, like diabetes, chronic inflammation,
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, dementia, things like this. And so we wanted to offer more services where people could be blessed physically, but also something that would fit into like cosmetic health, right? Because
Absolutely.
we get rid of some of those wrinkles as we age, right?
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to turn away the aesthetics, the boosted collagen and less wrinkles and all that good stuff. But here's some of our six core benefits that you're going to receive from light therapy. And we'll kind of go over each one of these, but removing toxins, that was a huge one. For me personally, I deal with an autoimmune disease called fibromyalgia and just have unexplained pain in my body, especially connected to when I exercise too much or, things like that. And so for me, doing the infrared sauna and the red light therapy has helped me personally so much. And so that was why I was very passionate about this business too. Reducing stress, the studio is a nice place to go into. It's relaxing. You're going to feel like you're at the spa. You're going to have your mint washcloths. I mean, it's definitely just like the environment is stress reducing, but also the actual therapies are as well.
Yeah, oxidative stress is a huge thing in just from the stresses of life,
Mm,
and and then you get into these other things also. They all kind of tie together,
yeah.
right? So igniting metabolism. Metabolism, like I just mentioned, less than 7% of Americans are metabolically healthy. So it really does incredible things to our bodies, being exposed to the good parts of the light spectrum.
Not to
Uh,
mention, you could burn up to 600 calories in a
yeah.
40-minute session, which is pretty dang
Re
amazing.
Relieving pain. Did you know that a lot of pain comes from our muscles not actually recovering properly
Mm.
because we have broken protein strands in our cells, in our bodies? And for instance, infrared sauna releases what are called heat shock proteins, which are necessary to rebuild and fix those broken strands of proteins at the cellular level. So
Yeah. And if you like to geek out on science, just like buckle up because this guy is going to take you on a fun ride on this webinar. Also boost immunity. So like I've been doing the infrared sauna for a while. I felt myself like kind of getting sick and I was like, we got to go sauna. Like I went in 2 days in a row, kicked it. I never actually got fully sick. And my skin, okay, I did not expect this. I did not expect my skin to be noticeably different that night of the first time that I did sauna for the very first time. I did not expect that. I thought, it'll probably take like a week or a month or a year. No, like it was that night. I could tell a difference in my skin. So should we take them through what to expect at Beam? So pre-session, you can book from our Beam app. And the app, it's just super simple. If you downloaded the app, if you're a member, there's nothing exciting there yet. You just like hold your horses. It will be more exciting in a few weeks. But you can also learn about the science and clinical research at our Lumi screen, which is like a big screen that's on the wall right when you walk in. We provide towels, mint washcloths. Less is more with clothing. So dress down to your comfort level, but you will be in a private room. No one else is going to be in there with you unless you invited them in with you, like your spouse or something. And we also provide lots of different retail items, black water, element sticks for
electrolytes.
electrolytes. I could not remember that word. I was like hydration, eye masks, lots of different things that you can get if you want to add on to your session. So during the session, the infrared sauna session is 40 minutes and a red light therapy session is 15 minutes and plus a few minutes on the front and back to get on and in and out and undressed. Like I said, each one's a private suite and we have en-suite entertainment. So we give you an iPad in each sauna that you can watch Netflix or chill out, listen to music. And you'll also be able to choose your chromotherapy color, and we're going to go over that a little more later.
Post session, you can just drop everything. Drop all your towels, make a mess in the, well, don't make too big of a mess, but you don't have to clean up after yourself. Leave the cleanup to us. We do have a bathrooms, shower available for people who are maybe going directly to a meeting. There is value. Research shows that there is value. If you don't have, if you're just headed home or something like that, wait to shower until later because just like this, maybe this isn't the best visual or something like that, but when you're grilling meat or cooking meat and stuff, and you just cover it with foil after you pull it off the grill or out of the oven, and you continue to let it like tenderize and kind of cook from within.
Our saunas will not cook
They
you.
do not cook you in a bad way.
It's just a
But
example.
your body still is getting the benefits from increased core temperature during that 40-minute session. And, through our own experience, we exercise a lot. And especially during the summer, we do a lot of the exercise outside, playing sand volleyball, pickleball, things like that. And you know how you kind of like feel dirty, right? And you're sticky and stuff. That is not how you feel when you get out of the sauna.
I was surprised by that. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, like we'll smell after playing sports or something like that, but we don't smell after we have a sauna session.
I mean, that mint washcloth does
Yeah,
certainly
it
help,
does.
but yeah, it's definitely not the same. Okay, we have a little video for you to meet the founder. Like I said, Beam Light Sauna is a franchise, and so let's watch that. Somebody give me a thumbs up when you can hear it.
Hi, my name is Cynthia. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Beam Light Sauna. I grew up a military brat. I was the youngest of 4 children. Growing up, I always knew I wanted to be a nurse, but I quickly ran into challenges. I wasn't great at school. I started to make bad choices, and by the time I was a teenager, my dream of becoming a nurse derailed. At 16, I was pregnant, and in a moment, my life flipped upside down. I was no longer thinking about college or what I was going to wear to school the next day, but how I was going to provide for my daughter. That led me on a 17-year career path in the health and beauty space. I really reached a crossroads in my career where I felt stuck and I didn't want to look back on my life and wish that I had taken a leap and didn't. Around that same time, my daughter Maya was diagnosed with Lyme's disease. Prior to Maya's diagnosis, she was your typical middle school girl, happy, healthy, vibrant, and quickly became chronically ill. Maya's doctor recommended infrared light therapy as a way to help reduce her pain and inflammation associated with Lyme's disease. During that journey, the vision for my next brand was born, and I saw an opportunity to not only help my daughter, but help others and bring something new to the community. We were growing month over month, and I knew it was time to grow beyond one location. That's when I found my 2 business partners who had extensive experience in scaling a franchise brand. I'm super passionate about Beem's purpose to leave the world a brighter place. It means we really believe in the power of people and creating a culture of service and gratitude. Hi.
So that is our founder, Cynthia May, and now she's the chairperson on the board with Beam Light Sauna. But let's talk a little bit about infrared light. So there is the visible light spectrum, and there are infrared rays, which is felt as heat. So this is a different place on the spectrum, and we don't have any of the harmful X-rays or ultraviolet rays, UV, that will burn you outside. It's all of the healthy parts of the sun with none of the unhealthy parts.
Yeah, and you'll see the visible going from the violet down to the red, and red is right on the edge of the infrared spectrum. So you're going to see some similar benefits, some crossover benefits between whether you're using red light or infrared, and we'll walk through a few of those. So your red and near infrared, just think of it like how deeply it's going into your body. So with red and near infrared, you're going to get, and all of them really, you're going to get great benefits for cellular health, wound healing. In fact, there's a lot of people who will get a sunburn and they will actually use red light therapy to heal the sunburn more quickly.
Yeah, very important to come in the summer when you're damaging your skin more often.
Yep.
Pain relief, skin rejuvenation. And then in that mid spot, that's more of the muscle benefits. Pain relief in your muscles, more circulation. That's where you see like the weight loss from burning more calories, things like that, as well as in the far infrared. That's where you're detoxing and blood pressure reduction, relaxation. They even did a study that they had on the Beam Facebook page talking about when you use the infrared saunas on a regular basis, how it reduces your risk of different heart attack related.
Yeah, so any cardiac incident, if you attend infrared sauna sessions once per week, it reduces the risk of death during a cardiac incident by 27%. But it's also dose dependent. So people who are 3 or more times were decreasing that risk of death during a cardiac incident by 50% more than that.
Yeah. And infrared saunas, here's a cool thing if you didn't know about this, because we get asked like, what's the difference between a regular sauna and an infrared sauna? So a regular sauna is like super hot. They're usually like 200 degrees and it's all steamy. You can barely breathe. And they tend to promote mold and mildew, which is not that good for you typically. But an infrared sauna, just what it does is it kills 99% of bacteria and germs. And the temperature is much lower. It's a nice, just comfortable 135 to 145 degrees. And an infrared sauna is actually 7 times more effective at detoxing your body than a traditional sauna.
Have you ever seen like those the infrared and sonic cleaners for like toothbrushes and things like that? They'll use light, right? So traditional saunas, they heat the air around us. Infrared uses light to heat. So much, much more pleasant. And so here's few things about heat and temperature. Far infrared is like sunbathing, which gives radiant heat. Okay, you still get warm, right? But you don't, but the infrared is healthy and safe.
Yeah, no
Um,
UV.
During about the first 15 to 20 minutes of your infrared sauna session, your core temperature actually rises about 3 degrees. So you go from about 97 to 100 degrees core temperature, and that's where it starts this detox process. The first time I experienced infrared, um, I was like, I'm getting warm. It's warm in here, but I'm not even sweating. And then all of a sudden, right at about 20 minutes, I just started to pour.
Yeah, I had never experienced that till that first time. And so there's actually science behind doing a 40-minute session as well that scientists have found is because your core temperature raises 3% in 40 minutes. So that's like the optimal amount of time. And you want your heart rate to raise. So it raises 68% in that same amount of time. That's why you're like burning more calories. It's like raising your heart rate when you're doing exercise as well. And to Jared's point, that 20-minute mark, that's when the benefits start kicking in. So you want that extra 20 minutes to get the full benefits. Okay, here, I don't know if you guys already saw this on our Instagram, but here's a little tour of Beam Bountiful. So Beam Bountiful is another franchise that just opened last week, and I went and toured their facility since we're still under construction. This will give you an idea of, what ours will look like. It is a franchise.
And so I went up there to visit them and to experience the new store, getting so excited for ours to open in just about a month. So Will was awesome. He showed me around the red light therapy room. I'm really excited to try it out, and I loved my mint washcloth. So he showed me how the bed goes up and down. You're supposed to be 6 to 8 inches from the red light panels. Their mirrors are so cute. I love it. So I went ahead and turned on the red light panels like Will showed me. And then I tried out the goggles. I ended up not wearing them because the red light's actually good for your eyes. And I almost forgot to take off my makeup, but I want to get the most benefits because I have this big zit on my head, hoping the red light makes it go away. And look at their cute beam selfie mirror right behind the barreled hallway. Love it.
Okay, update. My zit did go away the very next morning. I was like blown away, actually. It was like a little test. Anyway, I was pretty excited about it. So we get this question a lot, like what is the EMF rating of our light therapy? And so EMF is electromagnetic fields. So our saunas have 0 to 10 milligauss of EMF, which is super low. And just to give you like a comparison, a phone, like your cell phone that probably is near you right now is 1,000 milligauss. So the infrared sauna is definitely not giving you any sort of EMF issues. So another thing that we offer in our infrared saunas is chromotherapy, and you get to choose. You'll actually have just a little, way to change it in your sauna as well. Which chromotherapy that you want to have that day. So this is just like a quick recap. Red, the red option in the infrared sauna is not going to give you that same benefit as doing red light therapy, even though it is a similar spectrum. You want it, like I said, 6 to 8 inches from that red light panel to get full red light therapy. But the chromotherapy is great. More energy from red, more soothing from pink. Orange is happiness, yellow, cheerfulness, green, balance, turquoise, uplifting, blue, calm, purple, strength. So you can choose, or you can do a disco, that just like cycles through all of them.
I pretty much go blue all the time. I just want to be calm.
Calm. That's a good call. Calm is always good, right? Reduce that stress. Or you can choose a new one each time you go, see what you like best.
So red light is on the front end of that infrared spectrum. Um, Red light is incredibly cool. It actually, you see all these benefits here on screen, reduces hair loss, fades scar. A lot of doctors post-surgery will recommend red light therapy. Um, some people like buy those little red light wands and things like that. They I depending on the amount of power you have and which spectrums they're actually using, we do again 15-minute sessions. You would need to use one of those for a few hours because of the limited power that they exert. But speeds wound healing, lymphatic drainage is huge. Many doctors of cancer patients, things like that will or like Maya's doctor when she was diagnosed with Lyme's disease, recommended it for pain and so forth.
This is your slide.
Oh, so big benefits of red light therapy. Powerhouse of the cell, our mitochondria. Most of the diseases that people are experiencing in modern world are mitochondrial dysfunction diseases.
Your body's not creating enough of that
So,
ATP.
yeah, so diabetes was one of the first diseases discovered decades ago that was based on mitochondrial dysfunction. So the mitochondria aren't replicating and stuff. If you remember back to like eighth grade science and stuff, it's the powerhouse of the cell, right? So much of this is, and going to pain, more than 50% of the mitochondria in our body is found in our muscles. So it's really important that our muscles are getting exposure to this red light for this photosynthesis process. It stimulates the production of ATP, which is the energy
Mm-hmm.
in the cells.
It's like the fountain of youth.
Yeah.
Because as we age, our cells go, I'm kind of done creating more energy. But utilizing the red light therapy, it actually continues to tell your body, hey, you're not getting old yet.
Yeah, so based on that, just the mitochondria and ATP boost, it's going to improve cellular function. You're going to recover more quickly. You're going to feel less pain, all those things. Then the ripple effect, it stimulates collagen production.
Plump skin.
Plump skin,
I'm not gonna
soft skin.
I'm not gonna reject that benefit
Yep.
at the same time, right?
For sure.
All right. So the beam difference, what makes us different than anyone else who has red light therapy or those wands you buy online, right? So we have platinum LED beds that are official FDA class 2 medical devices. This was important to us that we have that medical backing with our therapy. This is another reason that we can take HSA cards as well. If you have a health savings account, then you can use that. And they feature the 7 wavelengths. A lot of other red light therapy that is less effective does not. They usually only have 2 or 3 of the wavelengths. And again, we suggest that you set those panels to about 6 inches away from your body.
Yeah, they're in these wavelengths. They go up and down. There's a peak and valley, and the two peaks are what they call action zones. And many red light devices their frequencies don't fall within the action zones. So people aren't getting all the benefits that they otherwise would if they were getting all the frequencies within those action zones.
Yeah. Okay, so some of you on here, like I said earlier, are already members. So welcome on, and we're excited to meet you soon. So we are looking to open our doors in what's today? I'm like losing track of
The 4th.
Today's the 4th, in about a month. If it's earlier than that, then our contractors were amazing, but we are giving them leeway because we know how contractors are. So about a month is when we're opening, 3 to 4 weeks. And so right now we have founding memberships that are available before our doors open. Okay, so for the members on here, you guys already got a good deal. Congratulations. Tell your friends and family if you care about people saving money. And for people who are on learning about Beam, we want to make sure that we are giving you the best deal. And the people who come in before we open get the very best deal. So here's the thing. After our doors open are 4 times a month. That's 4 light sessions, kind of like once a week is going to be 129, but right now on our website, the founding member price is 109. This is all plus tax. Utah makes us charge tax to you. The unlimited membership when we open will be 179 a month, but on our website right now, or you can, call us or we will help you, is 159. But if you're on tonight, I promised a gift, right? I have a few gifts here. So let's see if I can. There we go. Free gift. We're giving everyone an extra bonus $20 off if you sign up after watching the webinar. And so that brings our 4 times a month down to $89 and our unlimited down to $139. So you can practically get the unlimited for what the 4 times a month will cost when the doors open.
Plus tax.
Plus tax.
We still have to charge tax in
We
Utah.
know, of course. Just figure out that 6 point whatever percentage of what it is. So for our members who are already members, we wanted to give you a gift. You probably already got a good deal on your founding membership. So current members get a free black water at the grand opening. Okay, so that is going to be your free gift for attending the webinar and passing this on. Feel free to pass it on to family and friends. So how are we going to know that you are on the webinar? And this counts if you watch the playback as well. If you send it to a friend, they can still get this. So text us. So if you're not a member yet, you need to text us to get the coupon code for that extra bonus $20 off gift. And if you're a current member, you need to text us and tell us black water. So we remember to give you a black water at our grand opening or the first time you come in. So go ahead and this is our number. If you've been texting us, this is the same number we've been texting you on. So if you are interested in a 4 times a month membership at $89, just text us 4 times a month. If you're interested in unlimited, just text unlimited. And if you're a member, you want your free black water when you come in, text black water. And that is how we will know to give you your free gifts. And if you sign up, I'll give you a black water as well if you're brand new. Okay. All right. You guys were awesome tonight. We're so glad that you're able to join us and we will send this playback out. So thanks so much for being on.